Happy morning to all girls. So today we are going to see the "Oh Captain, My Captain" written by Walt Whitman. We are going to see the text line of poetic lines. In the last class we have seen outline of the poem as well as what is meant by what is an LG and who is Walt Whitman. These things we were discussed in the previous classes. So today we are going to see the actual line by line explanation. First, we are going to see once again, Walt Whitman. He was born on May 31st, 1819, and then he was a largely self-taught person and avid reader. Okay. He worked as a teacher in the year of 1836 to 1841 before becoming a journalist in the Long Islander. And then his first work was published in the year of 1855, that is Leaves of Grass. Okay, and then that Leaves of Grass is the collection of poem. In that, one of the poem is "Oh Captain, My Captain." So it was the involvement of the Civil War. Okay, actually it was not he was not worked in the Civil War. He just take care of the wounded person in the Civil War. In that he was impressed about Abraham Lincoln. So after his assassination, he has written an LG, that is a "Oh Captain, My Captain." It was actually the Leaves of Grass is not popular at the time because he was not followed the traditional rules of how the poem should be. Okay, if he used a non-traditional, so many of the critics were criticized about his work, and then they gave many names for his work, that is particularly the Leaves of Grass. And he struggled to support himself, and then he was died on March 26, 1892. Now, "Oh Captain, My Captain", written by Walt Whitman. The poem is taken from Walt Whitman's first collection of poems, Leaves of Grass, published in 1855 and updated till 1890s. Whitman became a famous American poet in his own time. Themes of poems in Leaves of Grass: love, sex, politics, nature, including a grass, travel. He then continually revised, edited, and added to this collection until the early 1890s. Whitman also wrote a lot about his country, USA. Many poems of the time celebrated the United States with all its struggles as a young and forming nation. Whitman represents those struggles about the Civil War better than any other American poet. Although Whitman never fought in the war, he was closely involved as a caretaker for the wounded. He also worked as a journalist for the newspapers. So Whitman also wrote a lot about his country because he belongs to American. That's why he was called as an American poet. Many poems of the time he celebrated about the United States with all its struggles. Okay, what are the struggles the country faces? The poems are related to that as a young and forming nation. Whitman's poems represents those struggles about the Civil War. Okay, better than any other American war. So although Whitman never, even though he never fought in the war, he was closely involved as a caretaker for the wounded, and he also worked as a journalist for a newspaper. Now, the American president at the time is Abraham Lincoln, was assassinated on April 14th, 1865. Assassinated means the one who was killed, murdered. Okay. In the year of 1865, April 14, just 5 days after the end of the Civil War. Got it? Abraham Lincoln was the true hero of American people. He strived hard to abolish slavery in America. He was Whitman's real hero and very dear to him. Whitman became very depressed as his hero passed away. To mourn the loss of his president, Whitman wrote, "O Captain, my Captain." The poem is an elegy which uses the extended metaphor. He also wrote when Lila's last in the dooryard bloomed, which is a long poem in the form of an elegy on the death of Abraham Lincoln. So, Abraham Lincoln was an American president. He was assassinated on April 14th, 1865, just 5 days after the end of the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln was the true hero of America people, and then he strived, he worked hard, he struggled a lot to abolish slavery in America. He particularly want to abolish, he want to stop that. Completely stop the slavery in America. He worked for very hard, and then he was a Whitman's real hero. Okay, and very dear to him. Not only Whitman's hero, many American people were liked Abraham Lincoln, because that much he was worked for the people, and then he abolished the slavery. As well as Whitman become a very depressed because of as his hero was passed away. As his hero, who is hero here is means Abraham Lincoln. He was passed away. He was died. For that he become a very depressed. He wanted to mourn the loss of his president. He just want to show his grief. So grief for that he wrote, "O Captain, my Captain." Okay, the poem is an elegy. Already in the previous class I explained what is an elegy, and as well as here which uses the extended metaphor. Okay, what is meant by metaphor also I explained in the previous classes. So this poem was an elegy which uses the extended metaphor, as well as he also wrote one more an elegy on the death of Abraham Lincoln. That is when Lila's last in the dooryard bloomed, which is a long poem in the form of an elegy. Now, we come to the poetic line. This poem is considered content 3 stanzas, totally 24 lines. Okay, so, "O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship is withered, every rag. The prize was sought his own. The poet is near, the bell is a year. The people all exulting, while fellow eyes the steady keel, the vessel green and daring. But, O art, art, oh, the bleeding drop of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead." This is the second stanza. "O Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you bouquets and ribboned wreaths, for you the shores are crowding, for you they call, they're saving the mass, their eager faces turning. Here, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head, it's some dream that on the deck you have fallen cold and dead." This is the third stanza. "My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my harm. He has no pulse nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip the victor ship comes in with object own. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I with mournful threat walk the deck, my captain's lie, fallen and cold dead." Fallen, cold and dead. So this is the poetic lines of "O Captain, my Captain." Okay, now we are going to see line by line. "O Captain, my Captain, fearful trip is done." Okay, so here, "O Captain," the speaker is shouting. Okay, the poet is shouting out of his captain, oh captain, that they have finally made it. We have to return to the home with a fearful trip, which is a frightening trip. The ship has weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won. So here, what is they saying here? They were on the ship. We survived. Weathered means face and withstand with a courage. So the speaker is saying, we were on the ship that survived or weathered strong wind. Strong wind. The second line is, the ship has weathered every rack. The prize where we sought is own. So the rack means the destruction or collapse of something. Okay, weathered means stand with the courage. And then rack means something is collapse, something is distraction, the distraction. So they were on a ship that survived strong winds like a racks. They are probably tired after such a glaring voyage, for apparently they have succeeded in the mission, or what the speaker calls the prize. Whatever the mission or prize was, we know that it was not easy. That was not easy to get. So that is why the speaker is shouting, okay, oh captain, at last we reach our home after a fearful trip. That means a frightening trip. They were a ship survived. The ship were survived with a strong courage and faced the strong wind. So the prize we sought has won. That means whatever this mission or a prize was, we know that it was not easy to get. The port is near. The bells are here. The people all exulting. The port is near. The bell I hear. The people all exulting. Okay. So the speaker is a sailor on the ship. The captain is Lincoln. Okay. And the ship is not just yet safe in the harbor. Okay. Which would be a good place to safety park a boat. Okay. That means the speaker is a sailor on the ship. And the ship is not just yet safe in the isn't just safe in the harbor. Now this sailor is saying, the speaker is saying, now the ship is in the safe place, but the boat isn't sight of the land, and there are people on the shore cheering and ringing a church bells as they approach. Hip hop hooray. Okay, what they are? The port is near. The bells are here. The people all exulting. Exulting means happy, extremely happy, feel extreme happiness or a elation. So here the speaker is a sailor on the ship. He just saying that, and the ship isn't in the just ahead and safe in the place, safe in the harbor, but the boat is in the sight of the land, and there are people on the shore. Okay, what they are doing? Cheering and singing and ringing the church bell as they approach hip hop pray. Okay, they are making a sound like hip hop pray, like that. The people on the shore watch the boat coming. Okay, and then although so what they are saying, while follow highs the steady keel, the vessel cream and daring. while follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel scream and daring. Although the keel means foundation or an bottom frame of the ship. Okay, keel means foundation or a iron bottom of the iron from bottom of the ship. So what is going here? Although the keel usually refers to reach the goes along the underside of the boat. The word can also refer to the boat as a whole, as it doesn't in the fore. When a part of something is used to stand for a whole. For example, all lands on the deck means all the people should be on the deck, not just hands. This is called synecdoche. Okay, and then in contrast to the happy people on the land, the boat is described like a ghost ship, grim and daring. Okay, grim and daring means a ghost. Okay, shockingly repellent, inspiring horror. Okay, so now the ship is going to land in the with the keel. Keel means iron foundation, iron from the bottom side. So people are in contrast to the happy people on the land, the boat is described like a ghost. The boat is described like a ghost. Just here you can see here also ghost ship, like a grim and daring. That means look like a ghost. The speaker is foreshadowing, subtly telling the reader to advance that something is going to happen and it isn't going to be pretty. So the speaker is saying foreshadowing. Okay, foreshadowing, subtly telling the reader in advance that something is going to happen and isn't going to be pretty. This is. And the next one. But oh heart, oh art, oh the bleeding drops of blood. Sorry. But oh art, art, oh the bleeding drops of red. Oh art, oh the bleeding drops of red. Where on the deck of my captain lies, fallen, cold and dead. So, but oh art, oh the bleeding drops of red. Where on the deck my captain lies, fallen, cold and dead. So here what they're saying, the speaker calls out again, but this time it isn't for the captain. He belts out the word art. Okay, art, that means, and this could mean that he's shouting out to his captain to keep art as it, not to give up, or to his own art as if in pain. So here he was belted 3 times, he raised his voice, but oh art, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red. That means here he belts out the word art, and this could mean that he's shouting out to his captain to keep art, as in not to give up. Okay, he's just shouting his captain to keep art as not to give up, and to his own art as if a pain. We think you can read the either way, you read it in the other first way. Okay, and then if all of sudden drops of blood are on the deck of the ship, and the speaker noticed that his captain is dead. So, bleeding drops of red. Oh, the bleeding drops of red. All of sudden drops of blood are on the deck of the ship, and the speaker noticed that his captain is dead. Now, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen, cold and dead. So this line often repeated in every stanza. Where on the deck my captain lies, fallen, cold and dead. So now we move to the next stanza. Again the second stanza starts with, "O captain, my captain, rise up and hear the bells." O captain, my captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the biggest thrill. Okay, rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the biggest thrill. For you banquets and ribbons, wreaths, for you the shows are crowding. For you banquets and ribbons, wreaths, for you the shows are crowding. So in the first 9 to 12 line, he describes about that the sailor comes to the dead captain's side and begs him to rise again. He just begging him to rise, because the speaker is addressing someone or something who can no longer respond to him. This is known as a apostrophe. Okay, so the sailor is begging to the captain. He just comes to the dead captain's side and he begs him to rise again, because the speaker is addressing something. Okay, and why should the captain reanimated his dead self? Well, the speaker says that all the people on the shore are cheering for the captain. The sailor lists the ways in which the people are celebrating, raising the flags, playing horns, holding flowers, and calling out to the captain. It is a real hullabaloo. Okay, so the sailor lists the ways in which the people are celebrating, raising the flags, playing horns, holding flowers, and calling out of the captain. It is a real hullabaloo. Okay, and then for you banquets and ribbons, wreaths, for you the shows are crowding. The people are crowding with holding, raising a flags, playing horns, holding a flowers. These are the lists where the sailor is listed to captain. And the next one, to say that crowd has eager faces is another. So here it is, for you banquets and ribbons, wreaths, for you this shows the crowding. The sailor lists the ways the which people celebrating, raising the flag, playing horns, holding flowers, and calling out to the captain. It is real hullabaloo. To say that the crowd has eager faces is another use of. Okay, it's not just their face that are eager. Really, their face are used to represent the whole of their excited attitude towards the captain. They think he is righteous dude. Okay, why the people are very eager means the person one who is dead, the captain is, they think he is a righteous dude, right as a king. And then, for you, they call the swaying mass, their eager faces turning. For you, they call the saving mass, their eager faces turning. So they are eagerly waiting. Okay, their face are not a simple face, not a their face that are eager, really. Okay, their faces are used to represent the whole of the excited attitude. The expression, their people's faces are showing the excited attitude towards this captain. They think he is a righteous dude. Next line. Here, Captain, dear father, this harm beneath your head. Here, dear father, this harm beneath your head. The sailor takes the dead captain in his arm and calls the captain father, although the man probably isn't really his father. Okay, here the sailor takes the dead captain in his arm and calls the captain father, although the man probably isn't really his father. Okay, how the person, the sailor reacted is the captain is his really real father him. So like that he was reacted. It's some dream that on the deck you have fallen cold and dead. It's some dream that on the deck you have fallen cold and dead. So still the speaker has instant feeling for this man whose head on his arm. This is probably not a relaxing position to lie in, but steady the captain doesn't feel discomfort. So the speaker says that he must be dreaming. He can't accept the reality that the captain died just as they reached home. So the speaker says he must be. The speaker saying he must be in dreaming. He can't accept the reality that the captain had died just as they reached home. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. So, the dead captain unsurprisingly doesn't respond to the sailor's cries with another. Okay, the speaker focuses on the captain's lip to represent his general state of death. So my captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. So the dead captain, okay, unsurprisingly doesn't respond to the sailor's cries, but the speaker focuses on the captain's lip to represent his general state of death. How he find the statements? His lips are pale and still. Again, the captain is referred as the speaker. Father. So, my father does not feel my harm. He has no pulse nor will. So, my father does not feel my harm. He has no pulses nor will. So, what he's saying is that, again, the captain is referred to as the speaker's father. Okay, again, the captain refers to the speaker's father, underscoring their bond. Okay, and then sadly the color has left the captain's face and he has no pulse. And no pulse will means the ability to do something like a move. There is a nor a will. Has no pulse nor a will. That means sadly he says that the color has left the captain's face. Okay, and he has no pulse and he nor will. That means there is no ability to do something like a move. The ship is anchored safe and sound. Its voyage closed and done. The ship is anchored and safe and sound. Its voyage closed and done. So there, the ship has finally arrived safely in the harbor and drops its anchor. Its trip is done. Okay, so now the ship is reached in the safety place in the harbor and it was anchored. Its trip is done. The speaker reminds us that trip was difficult. Okay, other he was saying, from fearful trip, the victor ship comes in with the object owned. From fearful trip, the victor ship comes in with object owned. That means the speaker reminds us that the trip was difficult and dangerous, but mission was a success. Okay, what was the fearful trip? That is the American Civil War. It is a dangerous one. Again, he just reminds us that the trip was difficult and dangerous, but mission was success. So here the victor ship here means that victorious ship, not a ship named. Okay. Why is it victorious? Well, it is its object met its goal. Met its goal. Hooray. And then exult to shores. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I with mournful tread. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I with mournful tread. So here, and now that the speaker is in the harbor, he calls out the shore, the bells to party down, since neither shores nor bells are actually. This appeal to inanimate object represents more by O speaker. Okay, why would just the speaker just the be interested in the shore's thought? So now the speaker the sailor is in the ship, the speaker is on come out from the ship. He was now in the shore. He just raising his voice, rising and saying that the bell is to party down. Okay, why the speaker just be interested in the shore, though even though on a boat the shore would be the closed part of to learn the speaker's meaning of that whole country. Okay, the whole country have to celebrate this moment, using a part of the learned to represent the whole in is again. Okay, again. And then really those speaker uses the shore as a symbol to represents the crowd of the people. So here just he symbolizes the shores are covered with the people, crowd people standing there. He wants them to keep cheering of celebrating. He just again want to celebrate. Okay, again he wants to celebrate. Walk the deck, my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Walk the deck, my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. So here he using the part of the land represent the whole again. Again the really the speaker uses the shores as a symbol and represents crowd that. And then while the crowd celebrate, the sailor remains on the ship pacing the next to his dead captain. So he wants to celebrate everyone. So walk the deck, my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Even though it is a sorrowful situation, as well as it was a pretty situation, because the captain is dead. Okay, the mission is success, but the captain is dead. They are celebrating with a great effort, great happiness. So here the writer is used the two situation. One is a sorrow, one is a victory of the mission. Both are celebrated highly. Whole country want to celebrate that moment. This is the explanation of overall poem of the O Captain, My Captain. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, ask in the comment section. I am fighting alone and being depressed is an everyday fight. I'm tired of being sad now. Trust me, nothing feels right. This is the famous quote by Walt Whitman. Thank you, girls. Thank you for watching.